Why do some people become rich and successful while others remain stuck in the same place all their lives? Is it luck? No. The answer is much simpler. It's the way they think. Today's story will show you how one man changed his entire life just by changing his mindset. Stay with me till the end, because this lesson could change your life too. Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a man named Daniel. He worked in a tiny bicycle repair shop. Every day, he fixed punctured tires, rusty chains, and broken pedals. His hands were always covered in grease, and his earnings were barely enough to buy food and pay rent. He often thought to himself, "This is my life. I can't do anything more." One evening, as Daniel was closing his shop, a man arrived riding a shiny electric bike. Daniel looked at it in awe. He had never seen anything like it before. The man smiled and said, "These bikes are the future. One day, everyone will be riding them." Then he paid Daniel for a small repair and rode away. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. The words echoed in his head, "These bikes are the future." He sighed and thought, "Future? I can barely survive the present. How can I think about the future?" But no matter how hard he tried, those words wouldn't leave his mind. The next morning, as Daniel sat in his shop, he whispered to himself, "What if I could sell bikes, not just repair them? What if I could do something bigger?" The thought seemed ridiculous at first. He was just a poor mechanic with no money, no business experience, and no education. But deep down, a small voice whispered, "Think bigger." From that day, Daniel started observing everything differently. Whenever customers came in, he asked them questions. "What kind of bikes do you like? What problems do you face while riding?" He carefully noted every answer in an old notebook. Slowly, Daniel's thinking began to shift. He stopped seeing himself as just a repairman. He started seeing himself as a businessman in the making. After a few months, Daniel made a bold decision. He borrowed some money and bought 2 electric bikes on credit. It was a huge risk. If they didn't sell, he could lose everything. But he believed in his vision. He placed the 2 bikes in front of his shop with a handmade sign that read, "The future of biking starts here." At first, people laughed at him. Some said, "Who will buy such expensive bikes in this small town?" Others called him foolish for wasting money. But Daniel didn't lose hope. He kept showing the bikes to everyone who came by, explaining their benefits with enthusiasm. A week later, something amazing happened. A man from the nearby city stopped at his shop, took one look at the bike and said, "I'll take it." The profit from that single sale was more than Daniel's entire monthly income. That moment changed everything. Daniel realized something powerful. When you think small, your life stays small. But when you think big, new opportunities start to appear. Month after month, Daniel's business grew. He started selling more electric bikes, continued repairing regular ones, and even launched a small delivery service using the electric models. Within a few years, the man who once worked as a poor repairman became the proud owner of the town's first modern bike company. One day, the same man who had once inspired him returned to his shop. Daniel smiled and said, "Do you remember when you told me these bikes are the future? Well, today, I'm living in that future." Friends, this is the true power of thinking big. Your thoughts create your reality. If you believe you are small, you will always stay small. But if you believe you can grow, life will show you paths you never imagined. So ask yourself today, am I thinking small or am I thinking big? Because the size of your thoughts decides the size of your success. When your mind expands, your life expands with it. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like the video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to Tales with English for more simple yet powerful life stories. And always remember, think big because your thoughts shape your destiny.